Okay, so let me check my YouTube channel and see if we're live. We're live on Twitch, and also I'm gonna stream as much of this on YouTube as I can, which is just all of it, I guess. 6 people watching already. Look at that. I'm gonna stream as much of this on YouTube as I. All right. If someone in the Twitch chat could just check that I'm live successfully on YouTube, that'd be lovely. And we'll see how the YouTube live streams go throughout the tournament. Hello from YouTube. Hello, Dennis Gaming. Now I have to look at 2 chats. Syntactic Assault confirming that it works. Lovely. And if you watch on YouTube, you should be able to get 1440p resolution, and there will be no ads. So, everyone on Twitch, this is how we get the YouTube numbers higher. We tell Twitch to check it out. I'm live successfully. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is where I still need to combine the chats and everything, and do some work on my end, and install my new GPU so we can do some 4K streams. But this all seems to be working, and we have the map draft going. And what the heck is this? Nocturna B picking 4 seasons as a map, and Jungle Rumble. Ooh, okay. And we'll have African Clearing for a Nocturna A. And Outcrop. Alright. And these are 2 teams who have done their homework, and I trust them to know how the draft works. Asking for 4 seasons. I know. I love Vasquez. If I have time after Cartographers, I will make 16 seasons. I will make 4 seasons total landscaping. Who do I root for? Maybe this, if I was ever gonna do a German stream, this would be the set I practice for. Maybe I'll have to just cast the Rex in German as practice. And then Golden Lakes is map number 1. All right. 64 seasons at least. That'll be if AoE 2 ever comes out for like the N64 remastered. Hello V-Gates. Hello Stubstick. Arbase. Hello Arbase. Go Turs. Masty saying go Turs on YouTube as well. Also, the viewer counter only counts Twitch. I need to get that to count YouTube too. The YouTube streams are more of an experiment, but I have had really good numbers on YouTube in the past. When I did the Civ Builder events, I had around 100 viewers, and when I did the Age of Mythology campaign, I had like 200 to 300 viewers on the first day. So everyone say lawns to baskets. Once again, asking for 4 seasons for a tournament. I mean, if you look at the Battle Royale maps, you might see that there is support for 16 players. So who knows, maybe soon we'll have 16-player AoE 2, and then we can make just an insane number of seasons. Alright, just waiting for the teams to post the Civ draft. And Drex, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. That'll count towards our Partner Plus goal. 4 seasons times piece of pizza. Do we give double viewers if we watch on YouTube and Twitch? I believe so. Do I get double money for that? I mean, I'm not playing ads on YouTube, so that just contributes to the growth of the channel and the viewership of the tournament. Maybe if you watch on both, it'll give me more viewers and convince Nilly to give us a bigger prize pool for next time. We have better stats. Also, Arbase, can you check the schedules for me? I know players have been scheduling. Do we have any other games set for today? Translate to more VOD views. I don't put any ads on my YouTube though. I don't do ads there. If you want to support on YouTube, you can go to Patreon. But I don't like ads. Adding 1 slice to the pizza each game in a set. Is this 2v2? Yes, Snoopy, it is indeed 2v2. Need to do more videos on YouTube. I have a YouTube video that I have been editing for about a month, and I have 4 minutes left, and I need to finish the editing. It'll be like a 20-minute video. It'll be an Age of Empires math video about the maps in Cartographers. So I do have some YouTube content planned. I need to get. I just need to find time to edit around streaming as many of these games as I possibly can. So there's going to be a ton of content this month. How I balance it is TBD, but we'll have lots and lots of content. And hopefully Cartographers is going to do great for the 2v2 scene as well, as we have so many people sign up for the community event. Yeah, and as I was talking with Acro earlier, this is where we need the pitch clock. We need the if you're familiar with the United States in baseball, they instituted a pitch clock so the games are faster. We need a pitch clock for drafting. Okay, looks like they've created the draft. They haven't started yet. A pick clock. Yes. We need, my dream would be that we have the Captain's Mode website set up so that we have a smooth flow from the map to the Civ draft, so that the map draft finishes, and then you have like maybe a 2 or 3 minute wait in between, and then the Civ draft starts. Baseball is actually watchable because of the pitch clock. Yeah, as much as it's fun to have the pitch clock, I also feel like I want my baseball games to be longer. Like they're so short now. They don't even fill 3 hours. Lons, hello, Crab. Cricket games going 5 days. Like the length going in person. If I'm going in person, I like them being longer, to be honest. Like give me some longer breaks between the innings so I can go buy food. Some expensive hot dogs. How does the format work? Who is playing? Who is playing is the Nocturna clan. Nocturna A versus B. This is a clan of the top German players. It'll be, looking at their chats, it'll be El Matador and Target for Nocturna B, and some combination of Running Anatov and Turz playing for Nocturna A. And hello, Samido. Oh, you're just in time for Golden Lakes, or maybe slightly early because I need to do a Civ draft. Yeah. Samido, the creator of Golden Lakes. First game, Golden Lakes, indeed. And if you're asking what the format is, let me maybe share the Wikipedia page. Someone on YouTube is asking. I'll have the brackets there. Yes. That should link to the brackets. You think Nocturna will win? Well, as we said earlier, the downside is that one of them gets knocked out, but the upside is one of them is guaranteed to advance. Yep, so this is a 2v2 tournament, and it will be a 16-team single elimination bracket. The top 8 seeds are fixed and they essentially have a first round bye. The rest of the teams play in a play-in round. The team who wins goes to the gold, and the team who loses goes to silver. We set it up this way because last time we had a lot of teams that they played one game and got knocked out by a top team, even though they were a competitive like team game team. So we wanted to ensure that as many teams as possible played at least 2 sets. And I think this format accomplishes it. We had way more signups than I anticipated, and I don't know how to deal with that other than needing more than 3 weeks to run a tournament. This is what we have. I think we fit about as much in as we possibly could. Especially with the community leagues, we had over 120 teams sign up in total. Are we talking baseball? We're talking about the pitch clock, our base. Talking about the pitch clock and how it would be useful for drafts to go from the map draft to the civ draft with a clock in between. So Persians prioritized in the first picks. The first picks are done mirrored, and or are done in parallel. That's what I'm looking for. Are done in parallel. So they're you don't see the opponent's picks. You pick your two civs, and we might have a mirror matchup. Persians, I'm assuming, are for Golden Lakes. Britons and Chinese, also two interesting picks. Now, the Chinese in the olden days of AOC were a great civ for multiple TC start maps because you got 3 vills per TC. But nowadays in DE, you only get the 3 vills once. Bit of a nerf to the Chinese. Was it planned or was it a coincidence? It was a complete coincidence. Let me go check our standings sheet one more time. Let me see. That's in this Discord. Copy the seeding list. There we are. It is seed 14 against seed 19. Seed 14 against seed 19. I had a $1,000 AoE 3 tournament the other day in comparison. I enjoy AoE 3 when I've played it. 14 plus 19 equals 33. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it does. It is a wonderful math setup. Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, do just give me any heads up if there are any quality issues or whatnot with the stream. I don't stream on YouTube as much, but I'm going to stream for the next month there. And hopefully, as soon as I get this new GPU I have, as soon as I get a moment to unbox it and put it in my PC, we'll be streaming in 4K. And I signed up for the beta on Twitch to be in 4K. So if I get accepted to that, we'll try 4K streaming for the tournament on Twitch too. I don't know if my internet's going to hold up for that. I only have 35 Mbps upload speed, but we'll make the best of it. Which GPU did I buy? I have a 5080. The Micro Center near me had one version of the 5080 that was on a promotion with a bit of a discount, so I picked it up. And on Twitch, thank you Daisy Lover 6000 for the follow. I'll be tight for 4K streams. That's why I'm hoping that AV1 encoding will be useful. But yeah, if I do both YouTube and Twitch, it'll be hard, yes. Because Twitch does have a limit of 6,000 of a 6,000 bit rate for uploading. But you can push it closer to 8,000 though. Yeah, exactly, Drex. You don't have the bit rate to stream at that resolution properly on Twitch. 5080 Super coming soon. Probably. I think T90 has a 4080 Super. And also a 4070 and has a dual PC setup. I just have one PC though. Although I guess I could build another PC around my old GPU. How much is bought on promotion? I mean, it was about $300 cheaper than the other 5080s I had seen. It was around $1,300. Which is only like $300 above the MSRP, so it's not like it was too outrageous. I've seen AMD seems to be probably what I'd recommend for most people for a GPU though, unless you're a streamer. The 9070 XT looked pretty good from what I'd seen. and is definitely cheaper and more affordable. 1070. I feel you. My first GPU was a 970 back in 2015. The fun thing is some components of that PC are still in my current PC. I'm still using the same case and the same power supply, which I'm hoping the power supply continues lasting. The last graphics card was 250 euros. Well, I honestly would have had no reason to ever upgrade from my old 1070 Ti without streaming. You have a laptop with a 1060 which you trained in AI for your bachelor? Yeah. I guess there are some games these days that require ray tracing. I've seen that as a requirement. I don't know how hard that is though. We build like once every 10 years, so it's like playing with Legos, exactly. Like playing with Legos. Alright, drafting almost finished. So they pick 12 civs, they will use at most 10. And as far as I'm seeing, there are no DLC civs picked. The Ketons and the Jerchins were banned. Lego that hurts you. Like, this is Lego that, I mean, I would say it's Lego that hurts your wallet if you break it, but actual Legos are expensive too. I mean, to be honest, actual Lego is probably more expensive than PC building. Woo? I don't know if the Woo picked somewhere. I don't see the Woo picked. You don't think we were very good in 2v2s? I have no idea. I'd imagine the Ketons are going to be pretty good as the Scout Civ. And no one wants to play against the Ketons? Indeed. Yeah, maybe they favor Persians, Dravidians, and Japanese over the Woo. And the Keton's early eco needs to be nerfed. Lego Technic calculating power, yes. Which new civ is the most interesting team bonus? I'll tell you the most boring team bonus. Its houses are built faster. I don't think which civ was houses are built faster. Let me check that. That was the Woo. That was the Woo. Houses build 100% faster. The Wei have Cav +2 attack versus siege weapons, which is probably a good bonus. And the Shu have the old Magyars +2 line of sight for foot archers bonus. So that's just a repeat of an old bonus that was unused. The Jerchins are +2 line of sight for gunpowder units. And then what is the Ketons bonus? Infantry +2 attack versus ranged soldiers. Ooh, I wonder if that could lead to some interesting like men-at-arms rushes on an open map. Something like Socotra, maybe. That's true. Houses built faster stops you from getting housed. Maybe it's a great bonus. And we all just haven't caught up to the genius of it yet. Alright, since the draft is done, I'm just going to do a quick... I'll do a 1-minute ad break on Twitch so we don't have ads during the game. If you're on YouTube, you don't get ads, which is lovely. Be decent on Outcrop. Also, Kumans are banned. Kumans are a civ that I think is going to be amazing for like certain maps, which is just Outcrop being one of them. Golden Lakes will be map 1. I could imagine something like Persians plus Britons here, even from Nocturna A. Lithuanian's also a pretty good civ for the hybrid map of Golden Lakes. Maybe it will be just Persians, Dravidians, though. Don't really see a map other than Golden Lakes where Dravidians will be used. I guess same for Japanese. What civs did they go for 4 seasons? I don't know. That's going to be crazy. So thank you all for tuning in. Nice to have 260 viewers already just for the first day on a Monday. So hopefully we'll get some good viewership for this tournament as we get started. And let me just see if they have a lobby. Yes, they do. It'll be Anatov and Turs against Target and El Matador. Lithuanians and Bengalis for 4 seasons. Oh, that's true. All the extra food and extra villas you get for 4 seasons. Oh, that's true. Bengalis get their extra villagers when Chinese don't anymore. We're going with the extra vills. They only get it for 1 TC now. They don't get them for all the TCs. Lithuanians get 100 food for each TC, and Bengalis get 2 vills per TC when they age up. And since it's a transition for every age bonus, that doesn't apply at the start of the Dark Age like the Chinese one, they actually get it. Yeah, the Chinese used to get vills for all TCs, yes. And with all the food they had, they could, of course, keep the TCs running if you played like a Regicide game. Regicide Metropolis with the Chinese. Oh, that was nice. Okay, still see them in the lobby. I still have a bit more work to do on the maps with decreasing the file size of the maps. Because I learned that larger maps lag the lobby and actually make it harder to pick colors. I don't know what the game is doing. Maybe it's trying to do some type of validation on settings every time you change a setting, and changing the settings makes it reparse the map. But every time you change your colors, if you have the version of Stranded we have, it's lagging the lobby. Insane. So I don't know what to do about that. But you can, other than making the map files themselves smaller. That's the reason why a lot of the tournament maps only work for one game mode when I do them, because it makes them smaller. Okay, ooh, we are launching. We'll have a 2-minute spec delay. Or no, we won't have a 2-minute spec delay. They're just launching right into it. Oh, guys, you gotta set a spec delay. First game of the tournament, and we already don't have the spec delay. Oh well, that's not the biggest issue. Where's Petito? You gotta tell him to do a spec delay for the next game. Anyway, we'll have Nocturna B. They'll be to the northwest, playing in the red as the Persians and the yellow as the Japanese. They will be against Nocturna A. He'll be in the green. We'll have Turs in the green as the Dravidians, and Anatov in the blue as the Persians. I know he already put it in the channel. If they're like, knock knock, who's there? Admin loss, you're both disqualified for no spec delay. We're just kidding, of course. No big deal, but we do want to be enforcing that for the teams going forward. 50% prize pool fine. Alright, so already Turs starting to wall off. So he's going to be pretty close to the edge of the map. This is usually a fairly wallable map. And on this version, every player does have a few wood lines. This will be the East Asian version with the new lush bamboo forest trees. I mixed them in with the bamboo forest. And on this version of Golden Lakes, the players do spawn roughly in a circle, but you can have very different map setups based on whether the players spawn near a lake, or rather they spawn, or when they spawn in the middle between 2 lakes. So here, each player has their own personal lake for the most part. We already have El Matador and his fast APM coming forward quickly to scout Turs. It's kind of like a hybrid between Cross and Golden Pit. And we'll have 3 relics in the middle, along with 1 relic on the side, with the Azure Shallows on the sides, of course, for the Asian map. Water in the corners. You have quite a few fish there. Some different types of fish, even some great fish marlins jumping up and down. Dravidians and Japanese, of course, both picked for playing as an archer civ and having a good fishing bonus. You're not the Japanese, you're the Japanese. The Japanese, of course, have the faster working fishing ships. Oh, Capture Age doesn't show the working efficiency like the game does. Or maybe it's blurred out. Yeah, it's a silly Capture Age. Anyway, faster working fishing ships there, and then the extra carry capacity on the Dravidians. He goes up to 15 food, and he goes even past that. I forget how much they carry. A normal fishing ship is 15, and the Dravidians get 25, if I recall. Let's see what he gets. Oh, no, he goes even past that. Does he go to 30? Yeah, 30, double capacity. And that's great for this map because there are quite a few fish out on the deep part of the water, far away from the docks, and lets you keep fishing very efficiently for a long time. Plus 15. Yeah, same for their fishing villagers. Yep. But they do not. The fishing villagers do not actually gather faster. It's not like the old Indians. They have the carry capacity, but they don't have a speed bonus. So down here we'll have the Persian players. So a Persian mirror to the southwest, and then the archers to the northeast. Persians on this map are meant to play scouts, and of course there are camel civ on Golden Lakes. It's a bit of a twist on the scout plus archer meta you'd see on Arabia, because oh, thank you, Regrettably Alive, for the sub. Because the players on the edges have to invest into the water, and if you're investing into going for a forward dock or some type of galleys, you're not going to have as many archers out on the field, and that makes the camels a bit stronger of an option. If you're fighting with if you don't have as many archers and you're in a fight, then the camels become a bit stronger than the knights. So there's the stable right away. For target, Anatov going to be just a bit later. And yeah, he had 17 seconds of idle time there. Bit of idle time on his TC. And he'll be throwing up a barracks. And then a stable right next to it. So scout production advantage for target at least. And no one going for a sneak dock. Everyone walling off their pawns. And no sneak docks. We'll have Anatov. Looks like he got the first fight on target scout. Target will be running away. You prefer Japanese or Dravidians? I think they're both really good civs on this map. I don't know if I have a strong preference for one or the other. I think in terms of the fishing, I think there's an early fishing eco advantage for the Japanese. Then there is a mid-game fishing advantage for the Dravidians because of the distance. And then there's a late-game advantage for the Japanese again as they add the fish traps. So in terms of the food eco, I think it kind of swings back and forth between the two of them. One thing the Japanese do have over the Dravidians is better monks. So if you get into some type of faster imp trub fight with a couple monks out, that could also be useful in some situations. It is a 9-vil start, Ringlord. Good question. It is a 9-vil start. So scouts opening from the Persians player, double ranges from Turs as the archer player, double ranges from Matador as the archers player. He'll be scouting around, hasn't fully walled off his dock, but no forward from Turs. None of these players going for a forward. And JW Schroeder 22, thank you for the follow. An unexpected paladin, thank you for the sub. Man, that's the worst when paladins are unexpected. Playing the Celts and then bam, here come the paladins. And ooh, Wallingville from target, one tile away from being walled. And Anatov will get in. The spear from target is outside the walls, and the scouts will now start hoovering around the eco. 9-vil start, one teammate gets 8, the other gets 1. Now you get a total of 18. So these scouts will come out and start hoovering. We have 7 fishing ships for target, 8 for Anatov, 7 for Turs, and only 2 for El Matador. So only 2 fishing ships, and he's going to have to apply some pressure with the archers, otherwise the other team's going to pull ahead in eco. Very clean build for El Matador, though. Only 1 second of TC idle time. Everyone else is idling quite a bit, especially Anatov. I guess that faster working Persian TC might also mean you have a bit of idle time if you can't keep it working at its full capacity. So more scouts from Anatov. Target still hoovering around. Might need to group up with the archers. Turret's looking to get some damage done. If target can swing over, might be able to catch the archers out of position. And Terra's not going to move too far away from his gate. Just going to try to engage and not be in a position where the scouts will be able to jump him. Might be able to jump his scout, though. Scout's just going to try to run as many scouts away as it can. And Maggie Vertza, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Get your knock-knock jokes ready. Maybe we should have like a prize for best knock-knock joke. Thank you for the raid. Ooh, and on the other side, another villager for target going down. He tried to use the spears to defend the walling area, but the scouts from Anatov were still hoovering around, and that fool goes right down. And the spears coming over for a couple of pokes on the scouts. They have to run away towards the dock. And bloodlines on the way there for Anatov. More archers from Turs running around. Bloodlines in. No bloodlines for target yet. I'm just worried about that lack of fishing ship economy from El Matador. It feels like maybe Turs is pulling ahead in res collected. You look at the economies. I guess they're still kind of equal on food. What's going to matter is the castle age timing. Maybe with the Japanese you can get away with fewer fishing ships because of how efficient they are. In players sling, yes, they are allowed to sling, but there is a 50% penalty to slinging. So instead of the normal 30% tax, you get a 50% tax. So if you send 100 resources, they receive 50. Instead of the normal game where they receive 70. So they can sling, but it is a bit more heavily penalized. These three scouts, look at how low on HP they are, but how much damage they've done. Even if it's just 2 vills and distracting the walls for such a long time. Okay, do the texts affect that percentage? When you research coinage, it goes down to 10%, like normal. I can't change the effect of a technology. I can change the cost of a tech, or the amount of time it takes to research the tech, but I can't change the actual effect of it in a map script. And I didn't want to make everyone play with a data mod. So if you go to the Castle Age and then sling, then you can do that, and it's just like normal. But that's also not usually how we see a sling. Usually it's the Feudal Age sling, because that's where the timing really comes into play. Although Castle Age slings can be done. We did see a sling strat attempted on Jungle Rumble in the show match by Nocturna. And Nouveau, thank you for the follow. So far everyone's starting to click up to the Castle Age. Everyone that is aside from Target, who is almost there, but has been delayed quite a bit by all that scout mayhem that was in his base. And we'll have, as soon as Wheelbarrow's done, he'll probably be in a position to click up. And yep, he has Castle Age queued right away. And Drofzig 11, well 111, thank you for the follow. And now that I'm casting German teams, whenever I see that E after Raval, I have to think whether it's an umlaut in a name. And Ringlord, thank you for the follow. So Turs Anatov going up, Matty buying some food at the market. His team will be a bit slower. Scouts still running around, more scouts for target. Horse College is now coming in for target as well. And more scouts coming up for Anatov. Trying to get a good number with light cav to jump the spears, and jump them he will. That'll be 4 dead spears. Might lose 1 or 2 light cav, but he clears a lot of the defensive army now, or even the offensive army from target. And that's going to make it easier for this team to swing over towards Matador's base. Matador is up. Will have to abandon his forward gold. You only get 2 groups of 3 gold tiles in your base here, and the rest of the gold is in the middle. So with a lot of knights and light cav now, Anatov in a position to, in a position to jump those archers and do a ton of damage. Target trying to split micro his way to the Castle Age, trying to delay, but that army will be surrounded. They'll have a hill, but it's a hill to die on as the crossbows and the light cav both jump from Turs and Anatov. Going to look to clean this army. Crossbows going down, scouts going down. And everything here will be cleaned from Nocturna B. And that'll give the A team a chance to knock at the B team's walls. So interesting to see the running ground with the troops in feudal. All the hoovering around. So that was a great fight because of the timing. They hit there just before target was able to get up. And El Matador was training more crossbows, but he wasn't able to ungarrison from the ranges in time. He wasn't able to group his army up before the fight came in. So the timing there paying off. Ballistics is in for Turs. Ballistics just now coming in for El Matador. He has to wall behind this with a market. And Huganov, thank you for the follow. And we'll have the crossbows trying to pick off as many light cav as they can. I think the floodgates are open now. As the crossbows and the knights and the light cav going to clean everything under the TC. TC providing some defense. But this is devastating now for Nocturna B's economy. And the Flaming Camel, thank you for the follow. I don't know if I want to see a Flaming Camel following me IRL though. I'd be worried if it explodes. But thank you for the follow. And all the crossbows, all the vills going down. The TC can only protect 15 vills. And the rest of them will be cleaned up. These knights do have +2 armor. And now moving forward, we'll have a TC in the middle, or we won't because the GG is called and Nocturna A takes game number 1. Behind some slightly better economy, a bit faster to the Castle Age, a couple of better fights here and there. And just a couple of small things. The scouts were there finding the villagers of target. El Matador didn't have quite as many fishing ships added early on. Maybe that could have helped him click up faster. And GG, you think NOC is winning? I think so too. Is it a Civ Builder Flaming Camel though? Oh, those Civ Builder camels we casted with Margugu that one day. Oh, those were great. All right, so game number 1. Hopefully the admins will remind the players to use a spec delay. That will be a win for Nocturna A on Golden Lakes. I'll give them a 1 because they're on the left side of the overlay. And that was Persians against the Persians, Dravidians against the Japanese. Dravidians team bonus though. Maybe actually someone asked about Dravidians and Japanese. Maybe the Dravidians giving the team bonus gives an advantage for the team overall, just being able to get the dock up for your ally, the Persian player too. That was a fast game, GG. Yeah, Golden Lakes will be, as much as I tried to avoid pure just scout, archer, crossbow, knight games, Golden Lakes will play out that way a lot of the time, but it will play out that way with a bit of a twist because of the pawns and the gold. Once again, between the games, just going to do a quick ad on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, then you shouldn't get an ad. So yay for YouTube. I know some people also prefer YouTube due to watching on, like it can be easier for watching on phones or on various devices, like you have an app for your TV. Probably going to be a bit of a snowballing map, though we've seen some pretty good games. You can have games where some people forward dock and try to fight on the water, but then lose the land. But the way that it played out that time was kind of snowbally. Their team bonus is quite underwhelming. More line of sight on their galleys is definitely not useful in the fire galley maps, that's for sure. And Director, thank you for the follow. Thank you everyone for the follows on Twitch, because we do also have a goal. If we hit 15,000 followers, I will add another $500 to the prize pool. So I appreciate all the follows helping us get towards that goal. You can pause and rewind easier on YouTube, that you can too. How much do team bonuses? Depends on the map, but quite a bit. Quite a bit. There's some really powerful team bonuses, like the Saracens one, that you'll see teams prioritize. Or even the Spanish trade bonus can be good for late game maps. See, they're in the next lobby, and it will be 4 seasons. Next lobby will be 4 seasons. Let's go. Okay, Anatov still in the lobby. We'll see if they swap out their players. They have another strategy for 4 seasons. Also the Britons for their team bonus for the faster working archery ranges. That is a great team bonus for 4v4s. For 2v2s, usually less effective because you only have one player doing archers. But even just being able to pump out archers faster itself, even if it's just affecting one player, is still one of the strongest bonuses. Even if you are using it only for one player. Teuton's conversion resistance also will be a prioritized bonus if there is arena or other closed maps in the map pool. Like Poland Persian Pocket 4v4 for all the extra attack that your cav does against archers. I think you blup 3, 4, 5 for the follow. I like Saracen Hindustani pockets, because then everyone's archers, your light cav, and your camels all melt buildings. I break everything. Alright, they have launched, and they did a spec delay this time. Wonderful. A bit more time between the games this time, I think, because they didn't have the spec delay for the first one. So we have 2 minutes to catch up, but we should be good now. I also put the seed. Yeah, what did I say? The seed was 19 and 14 for the civs. I'm not going to put the country flags there, because the country flags break capture age and don't let me view the tech tree. And I guess not every... I could use a logo, but not every team's a country. I would need custom logos, which I didn't have them submit. Is it 2? It is 2 real minutes for the spec delay. Well, that's a good question, though. 2 real minutes. And 4 seasons? Whoever said Lithuanians and Bengalis earlier, you are correct. But also Spanish and Bohemians. Aren't they worse than a knight? Probably. I think the light cav and scout bonus against walls is the main one, though. Especially in a team game if you're in a situation where you end up going heavy scouts. How was the seeding determined? A combination of your current 1v1, highest 1v1, current team game, and tournament elo standings. Alright. Oh, and Turs is here. Seeding should be done by Duve scored achievements. Alright, so this is it. This we have 4 seasons. This was a map. Last time we did Cartographers, there was a map called 4 Quarters we had seen in a 1v1 tournament where it was a 4 TC start, and they had like food, wood, gold, and water in each of the quadrants. We didn't think that worked for a team game, but I came up with the idea that you could have a 1v1 between each pair of players in all the teams, and we worked with Viper. He gave us some ideas for putting lakes and stuff in places, and came up with 4 seasons. So we will have like the winter over here, summer up here, autumn down here, and spring over here. Roughly, just 4 different themes for the areas. And you have a 2v2 between each pair of players. So here, Nocturna A will have Anatov versus Target in the east, and Anatov versus Matador in the south. And then from the other point of view on his team, Running will be Running versus Target in the west, and Running versus Matador in the north. Why does Wikipedia say this only starts at 2025-06-02? Because that is today, and it is starting today. That is why it says that. That is a very accurate start date. As the version of the map still occasionally spawn a pond in one? Yes, you can have up to 2 ponds randomly. You had a practice game where we defeated one guy and the other killed us 1v2. That can happen. If that happens on this map, it's going to be insane. That's why we had in the handbook the policies that we have players playing in the voice channels in the Discord, and we need to ensure that they leave if one of them is defeated and the other wants to play on. Because we could realistically have those situations here, maybe on Regicide Fortress or Valley of Kings if you have potential for King Snipes, or on Canberra, which is Sudden Death, if you have a potential for a TC Snipe. Why does Wikipedia say that NOCA is playing versus NOCB right now? Oh, you're right, NOCA is not NOC Anatov, it's NOCA. They swap players and I have to update the score every time. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. There we are. That does it. They won the first game. Yeah, sometimes capture rate doesn't track properly if they swap players, I've seen. Game Sudden Team. 2v2 Sudden Death on Canberra. That is in the same category of maps. We're using, similar to Warlords, we have 7 categories of 3 maps. And Sudden Death Canberra, like Four Seasons, is in the Chaos category. What is Gold playing? That's the round. It is the Gold League and is the play-in round. The winner of this team advances, or the winner of this team, the winner of this set advances to the Gold League, and the loser drops down into the Silver League. Whole tournament should be only Chaos category? Maybe. Yeah, the A in NOCA is short for Anatov, of course. So, oh wait, what the heck do we have here from Target? Target is going for a tower rush. So Target went for a fast feudal strategy. Okay, this is the home map of NOCB. And all of a sudden, Target is going to tower rush on both sides. Usually I see fast castles on this map. And Target may be thinking of that too, decided to do something in the feudal age. And he's going to tower both of his opponents. So towering one TC from running, and then one from Anatov. Has to be careful he doesn't build the tower in range of the TC. He's good, he's outside the range. Okay. I've never seen the map played like this before. Let's go NOCB. He is the Bengali, so he gets an extra 4 villas total. And Flocky, thank you for the follow. And okay, he's taking running off of berries, and Anatov also off of berries soon too, maybe, with his villagers there to fight. Has the tower up around this TC. What does that tower cover? A lot of things around here. And there's another tower on the berries. Okay, he's hit the berries from both of his opponents. And I'm sure the NOC teams, I'm sure that they have been practicing a lot. So I think this is definitely a strategy they feel confident in. You are locked in for future versions? Nope, it does not mean you're locked in. It's a lot trickier to do that with team games than 1v1s because players swap teams. And AoE Captain Soap, thank you for the follow. Yeah. I mean, even just looking at the top 4 teams from last time, it was Viper Jordan, Heart Leary, Yo Vivi, and Doubt Tato. Hera technically was on Heart and Leary's team but didn't play. Now those are all swapped around, where it's Viper, Jordan, Tato, Yo with Licks instead of Vivi, Heart and Leary together again, but then Hera playing with Doubt. So defensive tower from Anatov. As the Vils hit the scout, and we have a big Vil fight from Target, and he's going to try to get another tower up and continue harassing the economy. As that tower goes up, it will cover most of this tower's base. These 2 towers don't hit each other. Still no fletching for Target. How does one even approach such a game of chaos? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Oh, this tower not quite going up. And Target going to retreat to his own tower. And while still peppering the villagers with arrow fire, going to try to get a kill on that weak Vil. She gets inside the murder hole's range, and we'll head back to the TC. Is that a mistake? Can she dodge? Can she dance? Oh, yes, the Germans know how to dance. That villager gets to safety. And running is up to the Castle Age, and he's going to be doing a defensive tower here from Target. The question, though, is El Matador now, who has just about fully walled himself on both sides. How quickly can he get up and do something? And he's going to go for a castle. He's going to go for a castle. Running is going to run all of his vills over and go for a defensive tower and a huge villager fight. Now, he was prepared for the tower because he was already probably mining stone against running. So Matadora saw the defensive castle here and decided I can just go forward for a castle. And he has Bohemians for Hussite wagons. Running is going to take a big fight in the north. Target has the most vills by virtue of both the Bengalis bonus and also not having advanced to the castle age. I'm watching 2 streams at the same time, but still missing out. Alright, castle going up in the north. Defensive castle for Anatov here. He also wants to clean up the towers. But that does mean we're going to have another castle drop from El Matador in the south. Possible to get Michi or half Michi? That's with the ideas. I did have, in the first version, you could have back-to-back TCs on the same wood line, but I did get rid of that. I think the TC positions should all give some fair matchups now. Only Supremacy were a Castle Age tech for running, oh boy. So we can have a defensive workshop from Anatov here, and he's going to have to defend from Hussite wagons in the south. Hussite wagons, of course, a wood plus gold unit. However, we do have another castle here from running, trying to protect his gold in the north, on the gold and on the stone. Nocturna A with the score lead. Did you install the new GPU? I did not yet, Lynx. I was up until 2 a.m. Debugging map scripts last night. And, oh, Target did not finish his stone walls in time. He did not finish the stone walls, and Conquistadors are in. Conquistadors are in, he's just going to go tower defense. He's going to make as many towers as he can. And some houses will go up for Target. And Conquistadors, they want to run in, they'll pick a Vill. Not enough Vills in the TC to prevent the hoovering. And oh no, this could be another 3 dead Vills. Target gonna start losing Vills. The Conquistadors targeting them down. There they go. Vills, Garrison in the TC. Alright, and we're gonna have teammates back to back, red and yellow, chopping on this wood line. The one change I made to this map from the previous version is I made the middle wood line consistently 8 trees thick. It was 10 or 11 in the last version, so I made it just a bit easier to chop through and get to your teammate. And it's going to be a latest push now from Anatov on Target on the right. And Target's still in feudal. We'll have no way to stop this. He's trying to get the stone walls up, but did not get them up in time. And oh boy, 3 late shy now. They don't even need upgrades. They can just wreak havoc on this economy. The market's not going to be up in time. On Target, he's losing the villager. He's going to try to get up 2 more barracks. And he's just going to have to go feudal age spearmen against Leichai. That's questionable. He'll need to wall the Vills. Can Target get the walls up in time? The Vill sacrifices himself for the wall, stays out in the open. And walls will go up. He needs to wall on the other side. Gets the houses up in time. No worry from him. Nicely done. Red is dead on all sides now, and it's just going to come down to El Matador on whether he can pressure and make up for his teammates being dead. Red, he's Conquistadors in one base, Leichai in another base, and he has to run back towards his TC. And Leichai picking off Vills, and they're going to get in the TC. And hello, Ecthelion. He's getting targeted. Oh no, not Target getting targeted again. We saw enough of that in Rage Arena. Matty is El Matador indeed. Conquistador is being taken out by the towers. And the wagons coming in. Hussite wagons on the way for Anatov. Or to Anatov, and he's trying to defend with 2 mangonels. I wonder if we'll get any redemption monks. I do see Sanctity on the way. Monks to convert mangonels could be a nice addition to the push. Well, in addition to his own mangonels, that's 2 shots that don't quite kill a mangonel. There we go, finally gets the hit. Might need to repair, but he'll... Ooh, I would say he'll be happy to trade, but he actually misses there. 1 mangonel, not too scary for Hussite wagons, though. They can probably pick that off. Or the castle can pick it off, Anatov, way too much to micro. Even if it is Leichai hoovering around a feudal age opponent. Oh, no, a castle age. Oh, no, he's still feudal, I thought. I looked at the stone walls and thought he's castle age now. No, but he's clicking up to the castle age. Putting it in this TC, I don't know if he thinks he's safer there or just more dead there and wants more Vills in the place where he's less dead. Well, he has a lot of towers here. At least these Vills will be safe from Conquistadors. That's for sure. At the same time, though, Anatov being pushed. Mangonels. Oh, if these Hussite wagons just run through. Nice tower rush on the wood line, actually, to distract Anatov. And Anatov has to throw up a panic castle. He has to get this castle up. Some Vills going to run to force the Mangonel away, but these Hussite wagons are just going to take as many Vills down as they can on that castle. Is this a doubt castle from Anatov? Is this a doubt castle? Does it go down? A Mangonel will chase the Hussite wagons. They have to micro around, but the farm's in the way, so the quick walls can't go up all that well. Oh, there is a gate. A wonderful gate from Anatov. Double gates, and the Hussite wagons now are trapped, and that castle will go up. A low HP on the Hussite wagons now, and that castle will keep this economy safe. And we have running up to the Imperial Age. So if he gets Imp first, he should be able to take a Treb war in the north and Treb down this castle. At the same time, he has Hussite wagons in his base, and he's just going to send a big migration of Vills over to the wood line to build a TC. And try to chop through to his teammate Anatov. Maybe he should TC here so the Hussite wagons can't hit the back of the wood line. You could like double TC and keep the wood line safe. But Hussite wagons still hoovering around a bit. We're going to have a castle drop outside the palisade wall on target. We have target just about up to the castle age. What's he going to be able to do when he's up there? I don't know. He's just about up, still keeping the stone walled. Yeah, Mango does take a substantial amount of the Hussite wagon HP down. And Anatov just manages to get that castle up. He's going to try to make some late shy now. Do Hussite wagons beat these things? If you get enough of them, probably. And they're distracted shooting at Vills. Latus goes down, Mangonel comes out, snipes the other Mangonel. Mangonel gets a hit. And, ooh, okay, this is a good Mangonel. Matador not quite on point with the micro. Even though Matador doesn't have the APM for this map. And we're going to have a tower rush now from running on the back of this wood line. And another one-shot the castle with the Mangonel, maybe? Oh, no, not in time. Oh, the castle almost got the foundation. That was a risky castle from Anatov, but calculated. He got the Mangonel down. It's going to be a ram push, but a ram push with nothing to take out the Mangonel. Redemption and Atonement on the way. Maybe a conversion on the Mangonel could be nice, but the Monk not converting in time. The Monk not converting in time. And he'll have to run to the castle, and without... Oh, delete. Nice delete to break the conversion. And the Monk goes down, the castle will go up, running his Imp, and now that he's Imp, the Trebs are going to start popping. And nothing to snipe them off in the north for El Matador. I don't think Hussite wagons do much damage to Trebs. It's Pierce damage, and the Trebs have insane Pierce armor. So castle still trading fire in the south. I have another castle with trebuchets coming out to the north from running. Conquistadors inside. And a latest army over on the right-hand side. Latest clearly to counter Bengali monks. Oh, to punch through the armor that the Bengali monks have, since they ignore the armor. Terror's giving away his team's strategies. And running out of resources now is El Matador. He did finish collecting in the south, and he's just going to house wall behind the Lechai. Imperial Age also for El Matador and also for Anatov. El Matador maybe has a chance to repair this castle, but I think target is a bit too far behind at this point to be able to contribute. We can have another castle drop here from Anatov. So interesting idea with the tower rush from target. I don't think it's paid off for him. I don't think he got quite the level of distraction he wanted to. And I think the downside was running was able to take so many Vills in Vill fight that initial castle drop. The castle was back here instead of forward and on his face. Because if he has to do a defensive castle over here, while also reacting to a castle drop here that goes on his stone so he can't mine it, has to swap to the back stone, then he's in a lot more trouble. And El Matadoring out of resources is running. Ultraviolet 2204, thank you for the follow. So running buying some stone, as now running is going to go for the forward castle. I'll be right on El Matador's face on his stone. Target trying to do a defensive castle, but he's not going to be Imp. He's not going to have any trebuchets, as the Rams are pushing through his wall. Maybe he can get a Mangonel shot on the Vills. Nope, not in time. The castle goes up, takes out the siege engine, and the Rams are going to keep pushing forward. Also, let me know how the stream quality is doing. OBS just reconnected to my chat a couple of times. Type of 1 if you're still there. I always get nervous when I see that welcome to the chat room message. We got some 1s. All right, people are still here. Good, good, good. A 0, Ecthelion. There's not even AoE taunt. That's a 0. Maybe taunts should be 0 indexed instead of 1 indexed. Grab using some imaginary numbers. What are the sling rules? You can sling. It's the base tax is 50%, other than an increase from 30%. Other than that, you can sling however you want. So Castle will take out the Lechai, but not before the Lechai massacre the villagers. And we just have a pool of death at the outside of that castle from target, as more death will be rained upon the castle itself by the trebuchets. TC will go down, and target again being targeted, just trying to survive. And I'll have conscription on the way from El Matador. No age down in Emperor, nope. We'll make a sling command. That's a good idea. And hello, Dimriser. So Trebs for Anatov going to deal with this castle from Matador. Matador is still trying to hold on, give target a chance to reboom. They have chopped through, so target can run and flee, and that he will do, and build a TC in El Matador's base. And Colin the Bahamas, thank you for the follow. However, he's not going to chop through on the other side, and all these vills are going to die. We have Elite Latus being researched by Anatov, and Nocturna A looks to be knocking on the door of Gold League, as they will find themselves all but assuredly 1 win away, and forcing their clan mates Nocturna B to go for the reverse sweep. Team A loves it when a plan comes together. I think both these teams are well prepared for the maps. What's the most elite lettuce? You'd say romaine or red leaf. I'd go for romaine. So target has been cleared from one of his bases. A workshop, a monastery, and a few drop sites, all that remain of the once glorious empire in the western corner. And with that, target will call the GG, as will his teammate. And Nocturna A will go up 2-0. That's 95 to 40 KD in favor of running. The tower rush from target did not work out as well as he had hoped. And very fun strategy for the map, I gotta say. I've not seen it before, but maybe there's a reason I haven't seen it before. Because I think the standard fast castle is probably the way to play the map, especially with the unique units. Who knows, maybe we'll see something different though. Have I thought about going into voice acting? I have not. I wonder when they knocked together this plan. That's 2-0 in favor of Nocturna A. Maps, Nocturna B losing 4 seasons. I hope we get to see more games, but at least Nocturna B picked interesting maps. Also the Bohemians and the Bengalis, and a win for the Lithuanians and the Spanish, both using their unique units. Hello, Lunar Sparkle. Yeah, NOCB is almost knocked out. The dashboard is temporarily offline. Let me read the YouTube comments. Do I read the comments on YouTube? I need to get the chats combined so I can read them both better. I have more comments on Twitch, so I'm focusing on that. But I do read them on YouTube, yes. I didn't know you were streaming on YouTube. I was very happy because on Twitch, even though your internet was fast, it was lagging. All right, well, hopefully the YouTube stream works better. I know it does work better for some people. Are they expected to be better? They are, indeed. But hopefully NOCB has a fun strategy for Jungle Rumble. At least make the set interesting. All they need to do is reverse sweep. They just need to go knock on the back door. And Jungle Rumble will be the next map. They are in the lobby. I recommend StreamerBot. I will look into it. And my first priority is getting my new GPU installed, so I can do the 4K streams on YouTube. Hero music, all ads. That's the fun thing about YouTube. Hopefully no ads on YouTube, as I've been saying. And hopefully as we do more YouTube streams and I get more videos posted during the set, people will be more aware of it, and we'll see. Because I have no idea how many people actually do want to watch on YouTube. It'll be fun to see, I think. Also not have my stream playing back there. I'll be eating some internet. Knock knock, who's there? Go do the YouTube videos myself? Yes. The reverse sweep? Ooh, well, Nocturna B would like that joke. Nocturna A would not like to be the butt of that joke. And Parapic35, thank you very much for the sub. I'll count towards partner plus. Oh, knock knock, ensign toast, who is there? Reverse sweep who? Oh, I need to do the knock knock joke. The reverse sweep who? AI Al? Al who? I was gonna say, Ensign Toast, if you had to go to an AI to write your knock knock joke for you. Let's see, what is the unit that says that? The Al Hujum. So it will be Jungle Rumble. You wanted an L. Alpaca? Ooh. Haven't thought about doing help. I like doing all the YouTube stuff myself. All right, and here we go. And here we go. We will have Jungle Rumble as I once again need to reset the scoreboard. And we will have Nocturna B playing for their reverse sweep attempt. We will have target in the yellow. Let me set the scoreboard up so it is red versus blue on the top. We shall have target in the yellow on the outside. He'll be playing as the Burgundians. And El Matador in the red on the inside. He'll be playing as the Turks. Then for Nocturna A, we'll have running in the blue as the Aztecs on the inside. And Anatov in the green as the Poles on the outside. Ooh, okay. So we are going to see the scout coming forward for Anatov. And I think the thing about this map is it is really hard to wall off both sides and have a consistent wall. As we see, we have one Vil to both sides and Loom for Anatov, and he's going for the walls immediately. I have seen some very dangerous sneaks if you can get forward unseen. What an amazing map. Yep, and all credits to Bazzi the author. So we had, the first map was made by Golden Lakes, that was made by Samado. We saw him in the chat earlier. I made 4 seasons, and this map was made by Bazzi, and then I edited it a bit to be consistent with the 2v2 settings we're using for Cartographers. Each player does have a small wood line by their TC. I wanted to make it not super harsh if you get tower rushed or forwarded and pushed off the middle wood line. I played one, mostly because I played one game and that happened to me. And I was like, nope, we need some safer wood. But other than that, you have a ton of gold in the middle. Also 3 relics in the middle for the arena clowns to fight over. And then 2 relics on each end where we see Anatov already heading to wall up. So target not walling up, but that could mean he once again is the target if Anatov goes for any aggression on the outside. Saracen crossbows with the bonus damage are very good at knocking. We did see that in the show match the other day, where Nocturna A did go for a sling on the outside, slinging the Britons player on the inside. So Saracen slinging the Britons to go for the crossbow damage. And it was a very effective strategy, honestly. It worked pretty well. It was scary. So Javelina on the inside, taken there by El Matador, getting the Vils to surround it as well as he can. Is there a houseboat map? There is not a houseboat map. I was very tempted to use Life Raft, which is 2v2 houseboat, but instead of your own transport, you have your allies' transport. So you have to yell at each other in the voice chat to transport each other's Vils. But I figured we'll save that for another day. Maybe that'll be like the punishment if we have teams who like violate the rules. Instead of admin losses, we can just make them play that map. Sneak up top by green or going back. And thank you. Am I supposed to fill in the blanks on this map? DCSTR, thank you for the follow. Or on the blanks in the name. Maybe there are like vowels I have to buy to throw in there, but thank you for the follow. So not a sneak from Anatov, just an outpost and a palisade wall. On the bottom, we have target scouting, sees that this is walled. He's up. Like the categories being different, I do too. You can definitely tell. If this were a 4v4 category, my first thought was to go Black Forest, Michi, and Amazon Tunnel as the forest category. But then I thought maybe for a 2v2 that doesn't work as well as 4v4s. So we went for BF, Jungle Rumble, and Forest Pond. So all kind of different maps, but all at least featuring some forest. The map bans are different though. It is, you simply, there's no like inter-banning in a category. It's you pick one map from the category, and then there's banning an entire category. I have some images in the handbook if you're, I think they explain it. I should maybe just put some more links below the chat, like to the handbook, to the Discord for the tournament, and to the brackets below the stream. I'm gonna redo my stream panels for once I figure out as we go through the tournament, and I think that'll be good info to add now that I've thought about it. Add that as a comment to myself. Jungle Rumble. Yeah, yes, indeed. Petito's asking me. It has the stones on the outside, yes. How long does it take to chop through that wood line? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees. So it's 700 wood worth of chopping. How long does that take? I don't know. And then I think it's a bit thicker all the way on the very extreme. But, yeah. So this is different approaches to the woodline chopping now that you mention it. We have target going to the middle and trying to chop through, whereas Anatov is on the outside. He is not chopping. He wants to be walled and safe on the outside. He does not want anyone getting through to him. And I wonder if this is going to be a sling then from Anatov. And I wonder how well the Poles are able to sling, even if they go Castle Age, do handcart. I mean, do heavy plow, and then have folvark farms for slinging. So there's the market. And New Year the Pro, hello. Here's the market from Anatov. Where's the blacksmith? Is he just gonna feudal sling if it's just a market? Okay, this is gonna be a heavily taxed feudal sling. How is the tournament going? This is our first set. So it is going as you see in front of you. And deer will be pushed in towards the TC. There we go. And boom. Taken. Anatov. Oh no, he's doing the blacksmith too. He's doing the blacksmith. Okay, not a feudal sling then. Maybe he's gonna click up. Yep, he's up to the Castle Age. Okay, I was thinking just a market. We put the blacksmith in later. So barracks from running, and it's probably gonna be a sling for eagles in the middle. El Matador as the Turks is going to open for light cav. Play this like a standard game of arena. The macaws are hoovering very close to the ground in the middle on this hill. Didn't have the wood. Why the map name changed? And we changed the map name because we are having it spawn in all 4 directions, and I didn't think Eastern Coastline made sense for a map where the coastline could be on the west side. So we changed the name. Originally, the coast was always on the east of the map, but now it can be in 4 orientations, so it needed a name that was consistent with the map. And of course, credits to Algernon back during the ECL for coming up with it. And Layer 609, thank you for the follow. And the Crocodile trying to get to the Vills, but they will wall themselves in. And we'll have the Monastery in the middle from running. Nice use of the Crocodiles from El Matador to get them to target the spears. Oh, I think there was another map named Sumatra. Ribbo said something about that. I had no idea about that map, though. There's another map called Valley of Kings, but it was an Age of Mythology map, apparently. So Vils from Anatov going to come forward, and he's going to castle drop on the edge of the map. I kind of might even prefer the castle drop being on this side, so it would hit the wood line more and stop El Matador from chopping wood. Okay, so it's not going to be a feudal sling. I thought we might see a sling. So target used the market as part of the wall, had walled up with a number of houses. Castle will try to shoot through them, though. So target should see that and be aware of it. Yes, he will be. He's not going to get an attack notification right away, though, so he actually needs to see it. And he is slinging. Target is slinging. He is going to sling El Matador in the middle. And Target's going to need to wall. He's going to need to stone wall behind this. He's going to need to do another layer here, a layer here, and maybe even 2 layers there, and like work. He's going to need a lot of stone. He's going to need to wall, because he's going to be pressured hard by this potential Schlachta privilege Night Flood if Anatov goes up and does the unique tech. So I think this map's going to be really interesting with how players wall and then pressure the sides. Because on the outside, you were very much not safe despite the map almost being Michi. Bulls are not famous for cheap cav raiding your eco. Well, he's the Burgundians, and he was thinking of doing a feudal age slaying. Do Burgundians get coinage in the feudal age? I never even thought about that. Do they get it in age earlier? It doesn't look like he's researched it, so I'm going to say no. And, okay, he could lose the market while slinging. He could use the market while slinging, which would be disastrous. And remember, in the feudal age, the stone walls only have 1,080 hit points. So the sling will be pressured. 1 petard gets through. Castle can't hit that yet, but Fletching and Bodkin could. And I guess the good thing for Target is that there is no ranged unique unit or ranged unit out on the field from Anatov. Maybe he would have wanted a monastery and a monk at least to collect that relic and convert the walling bills. Anatov's gonna sling too. Anatov's swapping to slinging. So both players gonna be slinging their respective teammates in the middle. Let's go, we have a double sling. Monks and pikemen going to keep the light cav away from the Vil for now. Running with that Aztec monk wants to pick up a relic, but he's going to be chased down by the light cav. Now he'll just run them as far away from his Vils as he can. Yeah, exactly. He should petard the market to stop the sling. I think will he do that? He's going to do a few obuki. So he's going to hammer down the market to stop the sling. And another market right on the outside of the wall. Well, if this market goes down, he needs another one. He had Vils here, why not build it there? What is El Matador doing in the middle? He is going forward for a castle drop on running space, going on his forward base. Would have maybe liked to have seen it over on that gold, but with the light cav, he should be able to get the castle up and then start doing some Janissaries as the Turks. If we get to the point where we see the elite Janissary upgrade with the hats, that's going to be awesome. So castle will go up. And at the same time, though, Imperial Age for running. And usually, if you're the Turks, you want to be the one going up faster, but the Aztecs do have some options to go imp and then get block printing for long-range monks. What map pack? Yeah, it's the Cartographers 2 map pack. It's just the map pack for the tournament. Do !Carto to get a link to the tournament info. I'll link that under the stream, too. So, ooh, what is this castle? Have I seen the new architecture on the Turk castle yet? I probably have. Nice octagon at the top there. That's really cute. Like ladder to go up to the top and then walk around. I like that. I like that. He's going to be breaking through the wall, doing some Janissaries. So running, going up to Imp with a bit of a sling behind him. Will this be enough to defend? He's going to rush up his own castle. Imp on the way to for El Matador. He'll be 45 seconds behind, so behind in Treb production. But with the Turks and their free chemistry, he will get bombard cannons out right away. Does not have fletching on the castle. Now, fletching on the castle can be useful for keeping units farther away from the castle. In particular, keeping monks away from converting your cannons. And now he's going to go for the Vills, building the castle with the Janissaries. Gets a Vill. Try to get another couple of Vills if he can. Now the castle, 90%, still a ways away from finishing. Thank you, Patino, for the follow. Janissary is going to run away, though. Not going to try to keep pressuring with the castle up. On the other side, the Obuki continuing to pressure as Target just continues to throw up his own stone walls. So pressuring, look at all these stone walls, 61 tiles after some had already been destroyed, and the second market gonna go down. Target needs a market at home. He needs a market at home so it doesn't go down. He's almost chopped through to the middle. He's still a ways away there. All these stone walls, Batman. Now we're not playing enclosed. And we're gonna have another wall and a tower. So, just like, oh, the quick wall on the villager. The quick wall, they were through, but he walled them out. So the tower will be like Aragorn asking Legolas to bring down the Urkai before he gets the torch to the wall. And we have a pause. What is the pause? I don't see any chat. See any chat for the pause. Different wood thickness on top to bottom. It has the same wood thickness on all sides. It's 7 trees. The YouTube chat's asking. It's 7 trees wide. It just looks a bit different here because of the hill. I think it's harder to count, but we tested the map. We flattened all the hills and counted the trees. So it's 7 and 7 on both sides, and just a bit thicker on the edges. Slightly thicker on the edges if you're just chopping right to the side. So still don't know what the pause is for. See any chat in the game. And Morcha, thank you for the follow. Is this ping I'm getting?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Rebel Deadmouse, for the follow. And there we go. Block printing, redemption. We have the monk upgrades for running. And Furman AoE, thank you for the follow. However, monks, what are monks going to do against free Hussar? The Turks get the free Hussar upgrade. So with a bit of a sling, actually. Ooh, free Hussars. And now it'll be 2 bombard cannons and the first Treb popping out. And this is going to be a contest of microing the bombard cannons against the monks to try to keep the monks away and then eventually hit the Trebs. Okay, monks forced back. And 2 shots immediately on the Treb. 2 shots, not enough to destroy a Treb. And this is where... Oh, what is that pathing? He's going to pick off the Treb. And then you basically have Heresy underneath the castle. The cannon gets picked off immediately. So gets a Treb, and with 1 Treb down, 10 Vills will be enough to repair. And the monks being forced back. Remember, now you need Elite Janissary for 8 range. Base ones only have 7. And we have... Ooh, we have some Obuki getting in on the outside. They finally have hammered their way through that wall. The tower was not enough. But the walls will be repaired in the back, so not too bad for Target to deal with, as long as he garrisons the Vills on the TC. This square of farms around the mill will be in trouble, though. Maybe no armor on them, so they have to deal with the TC fire. No fletching on the TC, though. I'd say kind of like, it's like a running track, kind of like a rectangle circle hybrid. So a couple conversions on the Janissaries. The game speeds up and slows down due to the pause. Another monk going down. 2 HP left. Some Janissaries go down, but that's a lot of cannons still. That's a lot of Trebs. If they trade castles, though, I feel like this could even be good for El Matador. He needs to trade the castles, though. Because of all the cannons that he has, he can continue the push even if the Trebs go down. No more Janissary production, though. And he's going to pack up the Trebs and run away. Try to fight another day. As his sling has been weakened by the Obuki that broke through. Vils will take down an Obuk. I don't think I've ever seen Vils fighting Obuki before, but there's a first time for everything. We'll probably see a lot of firsts in this tournament. Another Obuk running away from a villager. Who wins this fight? Who wins this fight? The guy with the big hammer or the guy with the small knife? Oh, the guy with the next hit wins. I don't know who's faster. Obuk runs away. So the sling from target definitely has been disrupted. And now it's going to give running a chance to push back. Even with the double workshop cannons, El Matador was not able to push. And now it's a lot of very scary Aztec monks and Aztec pikemen coming out. Maybe what El Matador needs is some bombard towers. That's an expensive upgrade, but maybe with a sling he could afford it, and that could keep the monks away. Just needs to make sure that the cannons don't get converted. Maybe he could even do heresy. If he can get a good shot on the monks while they stand still to convert, that'd be one thing. And he did not get... Oh, that's a lot of sling messages. He did not get artillery, so he does not have the extra range. Their tower in the back of Running's base. On the back of Running's base? Oh, there is. Target. Stopping Running from chopping through. I don't know if he wanted to or not, but he was stopped. Monk's still trying to convert Hussars. Somehow those conversions have not broken, even though the Hussars are outside the line of sight. They don't break until the monks stop walking. And I think the monks will stop walking soon. Yep, they ran away just in time. So this is what I was thinking, that cannons could turn and hit the TC, but enough repairs on the TC to keep it alive. Turk's player trying to swap to Cav Archers. Cav Archers, I mean, if you get enough of them and they're fully upgraded, I think they do counter everything that's here, but it's about getting enough of them. And I don't know if El Matador can make that switch in time. Villager running away, still has gold in the middle. And Hatch, thank you for using your Prime sub. Thank you for the sub. That monk wants a conversion. I think the Vils, at least there's more Vils for El Matador. He's still with a feudal age sling though from target. Does Anatov have coinage? He does, so the sling is going to be much better from Anatov to running. As he wants to murder skirms, I don't think Turks can go feudal age skirmishers against this. Okay, cannons taking out monks. One conversion in. Is there devotion? There's no devotion. El Matador is not devoted. He's using bombard cannons against monks and he's not devoted. Oh boy, if he were devoted, maybe that'd be a different story. But now skirms, maybe the skirms are the answer for running. As he's gonna start adding in skirms. He needs even more than heresy, he needs devotion. And Turks have access to everything. There's just too many monks for the Hussars to pick off. He's gonna get converted. If he had heresy there, he could sacrifice to pick off monks. But ooh, he's getting converted, and that's giving more scouts then to running. Trebs could start to try to pick off the mining camps, although the Cav Archer numbers are starting to climb. Hold on a minute, as the Cav Archer numbers are starting to climb. The scores are still really close. Somehow, Matador also lost the Vils. Maybe they ran into the castle in the back? And probably lost Vils in the middle. One big fight with pikemen pushing forward. Monks behind trying to convert cannons. Every cannon that gets converted is a huge expensive loss. But the pikemen, not really useful in this composition right now. Another conversion coming in though. Converted cannons now need to be picked off ASAP. Skirms themselves do not have armor. Those Turk cannons have so much HP even when converted. And the eagles are coming. The eagles are coming. They're getting mowed down by Cav Archers though. Eagles need their armor. Still only Eagle Scouts, no Eagle Warrior. If you have a Twitch bookmark set here, aw, thank you. You can set a YouTube bookmark now to the YouTube streams. Yeah, the monks are now very affordable for running, that's true. They cost gold and he has gold. And SK07, thank you for the follow. The Cav Archers though, the Cav Archers are taking down the skirms. The skirms do not have their armor. And unarmored skirms absolutely die to Cav Archers. And El Matador is winning this fight, he's cleaning everything. Oh, the Treb hits the cannon. He's cleaning everything. The Treb goes down. The scores are flipping back and forth. The slings are coming in fast and intense. Maybe I should turn those messages off at some point. We all know there's a sling. Maybe Capture Age could, like, clamp down the sling messages. Maybe just say, like, P3 to P1 instead of the full names. And we don't need to see the tax, maybe. We need, like, a minimal sling message. Although on the outside, green is through. You are right, green is through. He is petarded through the walls. And this could be horrible for Target. Target is still in the feudal age. He is still slinging. And his hope is to chop through to the safety of the middle. He's got one tree to go through now. He's putting his entire economy onto this wood line to try to chop through to safety. Oh. He's trying to chop through. He's almost there. But these Vills and Obuki and Petards are coming forward. And, well, Target, he is ready to do some running to get through to the middle. The Cav Archer numbers are climbing. The Aztec player is swapped into Arbs. And now El Matador is not going to have any more sling, as Anatov will have a bit of a sling still. The Aztecs have Atlatl skirms yet? No, they do not. No Atlatl yet. But that doesn't help them stay alive. Remember, the Aztecs missed the final armor upgrade. And without the armor upgrade on the Arbs, Arbs can actually struggle here. I don't know if we can ever get Heavy Cav Archer and the unique tech Siphi. Ooh, that's not too expensive, though, from El Matador. But his Heavy Cav Archers, if they're fully upgraded, and maybe that's a big if without the sling anymore, will do wonders against the Arbs. And now, maybe it's a big problem that Anatov has not realized Target is trying to flee to the middle. He's so close to getting there. 30 wood, 20 wood. He's through. Because if those Arbalests came over here, they could massacre all of the villagers. And this team would be completely dead. But for now, he's safe and he's through. Yeah, no thumbring for the Arbs either. The Aztec Arbs, not really the best. And big number of Trebs pushing forward. Here's the question. Do you go for the monks or the Trebs if you have all those cannons? And we do at least have fletching Heavy Cav Archer and Siphi on the way. And maybe with Heavy Cav Archer, Matador still could take a fight. His score definitely is higher than Running's score. And if he could ever just clear the castle, then he could take a wonderful fight. But he has Cav Archers hoovering around on the other side. We have the defensive stone walls from Target. As Target has made it through, he's going to get rid of that feudal age TC. That was rammed down. And just TC the middle now. More rams coming forward for Anatov. As Target is walling and walling and walling. As now with all the Cav Archers forward, though, the monks cannot convert the cannons. The cannons can take out the Trebs, and if the Trebs and monks go down, then there's nothing to keep the castle alive. This is an expensive fight for El Matador with all the Cav Archers. The Trebs trying to snipe off the cannons, but the Turk cannons, the Trebs go down, the castle will go down. El Matador is taking a huge score lead over Running. And the Treb goes down, that castle will fall, and all of a sudden El Matador has the better army in the middle, and this is where the Aztecs will struggle. They can't deal with the Heavy Cav Archers now, but the Heavy Cav Archers have to go clean the Arbs that are on Target's TC. Target again being targeted. The Feudal Age TC only has 6 Pierce Armor, these Arbs have 10 attack, but they will be cleaned by the Cav Archers. They'll be left out to dry. Maybe, I mean, the Turks can only do mangonels against the Rams, but maybe mangonels are needed to stop them from breaking through. The TC will take out one Ram, and Target is just walling. Target is just walling. El Matador using the market. But now Running is falling apart. Has Running chopped through? Not quite. This one tower from Target is still stopping Running from chopping through. I can say that sentence. And he needs to break to the outside. And this is one heck of a rumble in the jungle we have. We're gonna have a castle drop from Anatov again on Target. He's going to stay on target as now El Matador needs to secure some gold control in the middle. The Turks need gold, but he's got 53 Cav Archers now, and I don't know if the Aztecs can deal with that. He still has his castle up. He can add in some more Hussars, doing more armor. Again, the Turks do have that +1 Pierce armor. He's going to Heavy Cav Archer plus Hussar to clean the Arbs, and I think all these Arbs are going to die. I think all the Arbs are going to die. No Vills garrisoned in the TC. Arbs could maybe hop in the TC, but they will be picked off. They'll run away from the skirms and try to pick Arbs. And Running is collapsing in the middle as El Matador is taking the score lead. Green Eco to Boom. That's true. We're gonna have 130 vills for the pole player now. And then Anatov can chop through, and all of a sudden he can Schlachter privilege his way to the middle. He can Winged Hussar his way to the middle if he doesn't have much gold left. He already slung all the gold. The Ram's still pushing. Although, to be fair, maybe the Cav Archers, if he notices this, could stop him from chopping to the middle. I guess running needs to keep El Matador involved in the fight. Poles, though, kind of a weakness to archer units. Remember, the Poles also lack the final armor for their Cav. So we can get Schlachter privileges researched, but he's going to be running into Turk-heavy Cav Archers, which are maybe one of the best counters there is to Schlachter privileges. And now Matador is going to get some gold control. And I guess the good thing for Anatov's eco is that if running ever dies, Anatov can slug him back into the game. Target still in the feudal age, no hope of going up anytime soon. 49 vills. At least he has the Burgundian's economy. He does have handcart. If he needs to run away, his vills will be faster. He needs to chop his way inside for Schlachter privileges. Maybe we could see even more walling. A couple of bombard cannons to deal with rams, though, and to try to take out the castle. That's going to force some repairs on the castle. And Target needs to repair that TC. Maybe he's still slinging El Matador. Maybe he needs to stop slinging wood. As the rams are through, and maybe the Schlachter privilege could just come from this side, as it is capped ram now. And the Cav Archer is going to have to go turn over to deal with this as the skirms are pushing through. And Target will run away with his handcart villagers and just try to find another place to do another TC. Skirms do lack their final armor. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. They lack the armor. Lots of armor being lacked everywhere. Members of our Winged Hussars will block out the sun. Well, then these Cav Archers will fight in the shade. It's shady in the jungle, right? And I think he's going to go for Cavaliers. Cavaliers and Siege Rams. So Siege Ram to absorb some arrow fire. Rams might go down a bit before that. Some Eagles are chasing the vills that are running. And I really do think they need to stop this wood eco from Anatov. Just a few Cav Archers hoovering around there could do it. We have another TC from Target. But all of the middle now is controlled by El Matador. What the heck is this map? Turks with gold are super strong. I have no idea who's going to win this game. We have a good score lead now for El Matador, as the Aztecs can't really do much, and have they chopped out? I think he's just about to chop out. Just about to chop out and be able to run. Still on 88 vills. His team up by 100 vills, but no gold control. Cav Archers are going to try to chase down the Arbs, as the bombard cannons get some more room in the middle. And this Arb army will go down. They will go down easily. So 2k wood for El Matador. And as much as he's not doing a food unit, feels like maybe he needs food even just eventually to slaying Target back into the game. Can they win just by controlling the middle? That's a lot of eco damage to Anatov. And now, we were talking about Anatov going Schlachter privileges. If he chopped through anywhere, the Cav Archers actually can go through. And he didn't actually chop through. Maybe it's actually an advantage now for El Matador to chop through and just try to raid Anatov's eco with the Cav Archers, because this eco is wide open. The eco would be wide open. Market and Blacksmith for Target, so he maybe can go up. The Aztecs player is losing the relics. You're going to have Light Cav and attack upgrades starting to be researched by Anatov as the Poles. And he didn't chop through by 2 wood, by 1 wood! 1 wood is all that's preventing the Cav Archers from flooding the economy of Anatov. But to be fair, this is an insane map, and it's hard to figure out what to do. He just needs 1 villa to chop through. And the Light Cav are going to take out the cannons. It's still a 70 villager lead. Okay, a lot of vills have just died. Not much room for running to place the vills, and yeah, now it's his turn to run. He will wall this off and go to the corner. And the cannons are going to push the barracks. And I think this team is going to do it. I think the hopes of the reverse sweep are still alive. They have so much military in the middle, although here we go. Skirms and Schlachter privilege and siege rammed. This is going to be a big push from Anatov. And okay, Target is doing a gate behind the wood. He needs to chop the wood though and open this up. They need to raid Anatov. They can't let him have this free eco. Anatov also needs to wall this. His NOC is winning this. It's going to be skirms, but again, skirms that lack the final armor upgrade against the extra hit points of the Cav Archers and the extra armor of the Hussars. The siege rams will be important in this fight, but Turk hussars will be great here. Turks will have much better hussars against the pierce armor. And NOC is knocking on victory turds. The Rams are going down. This is a huge score lead now. 17,000 score for Matty, for El Matador. They're missing... What do you mean missing chemistry? Target is up to the Castle Age. Target is up to the Castle Age. I suppose there's still a universe where mangonels or cannons from the pole player destroy that TC and stop him from getting there, but he is up to the Castle Age. Oh, in the back, there's another... Oh, there's a raid. Oh, there was an overchop by this wood line, and now the Schlachter Privileged Cavaliers have gotten to the back of El Matador's eco. He is dropping in villagers, actually. Oh, wait, there's more Cavalier raids. There are Cavalier raids from Anatov. There was an overchop over here, and that's letting Anatov into the eco. Now, actually, El Matador might need to stonewall this, and then just rely on his base, stopping Anatov from getting in from the outside and raiding. This game is absolutely wild. The Cavaliers are being pelted down by the Cav Archers. And again, the Poles, they lack that final armor upgrade, so the Cav Archers will be really effective against them. This game is hilarious. Hello, T90. So the Cav are going down. At the same time, though, Schlachter Privilege from Anatov is coming in. Target, though, he's 54 Vils up to the Castle Age. There still is no raid on Anatov's eco, and El Matador is dropping in military numbers? Maybe I was premature at saying he was going to win. Well, he does have a lot of Cav Archers. He just needs to use the Cav Archers in the fight. Oh, thank you, T90, for using your Prime sub. And the skirmisher is going to go down to the Cav Archers. As an unobserved chop at an unfortunate time. Can El Matador win this fight in the middle? The army going down, being cut down from Anatov. He's coming forward, trying to do more Cav, more winged hussars. And now they're going to swap roles. They're going to swap roles. Running is doing coinage, and Running is going to start slinging Anatov. To try... Running has become the slinger, and he is going to try to get this Pole army to raid the middle. But now we have the heavy Cav Archers holding the hill. Remember, this isn't just a wood line, this is a hill. And Archfrost, thank you for the sub. He's going to hold the hill with the Cav Archers. This castle was hit by the bombard cannons earlier, but it stayed up, so at least there's some defense from Anatov. The Cav Archers might not want to run straight in. Eventually, though, this team, they have to realize they have gated out trees they could chop through and raid the eco. And now we have trade being established. So they might not have gold in the middle, but we do have a trade line set up by Nocturna A. The cliff being a bit annoying there, but we'll have a market on the outside, so they don't have gold access, but they will have trade. We now have a Turks player with all the gold in the world. We have so much gold selected that there's 159 gold tiles. Capture Ace displays a skull on that for some reason. 115k gold in the middle as the stable goes down, and now the Cav Archers will be trying to hold the hill. El Matador trying to push down. Now he's going to push into the former base of Target that has been occupied by Anatov. So Target and Running have each lost their bases. El Matador almost lost his base. The Cav Archers with all that HP will be holding the hill. I don't think this will be enough winged hussars, although they are stacked for the... Does he have the unique tech? Does he have the unique tech? Oh, he doesn't have the unique tech. Lechitic Legacy. The splash damage would have been great there with how stacked they are. But Anatov doesn't have the numbers. He can't take the fight. He can't take the fight. The Cav Archers are pushing back. What kind of tournament is this? It is a 2v2 tournament. And we're seeing camel. Oh, the Turks, they have heavy camels, of course. They have fully upgraded heavy camels. They have the perfect answer to Schlachter privileges and winged hussars. Turks OP. Wouldn't Flemish militia be a great unit here? I guess Target could train them from the barracks now. He doesn't need to do the unique tech. Anatov still holding behind, hoping there's not going to be another overchop. This was re-walled with some stone walls this time. This wasn't walled, but the back of the base was. And, well, wait a minute. Oh, wait, this entire time Target has had Vils in the corner. I didn't even notice this. Target has had Vils in the corner chopping wood. There's golden stone in the corner. I think Anatov didn't check that. He could do his own markets, and this team could do their own trade, but I think just taking the gold in the middle is better than trade. They're not reading the left side is walled off by the wood. Anatov perfectly calculated, left one wood on that tree. Oh, does this team not realize that the trees have wood on them? Are they going to try to go for a ram push? Can they actually path to that ram? Or path the ram to the gate? Oh, wait, he's going to chop. Did he just let him in? Did he let him? I can't tell. I can't tell. Did he chop a path for the ram to get in? He did. He did. The Phil's auto-tasked to the one tree that had wood, and that's going to let the ram reach the gate. Oh my gosh, and that's going to let now Target, who is at 200, or Running, who's at 200 pops, start contributing to this. And they're going to have a lot of skirms pushing through. This is Target's eco. Target needs to run and maybe get back to his own side of the map. As some cav archers and camels will clean up the archers over here. And Anatov on the southeast has a couple of vills left, but is almost cleaned. Is it Lattle in for the skirms? Oh no, Lattle's still not in for the skirms. No Lattle, no Garland Wars. Running doesn't have any castles left, so he needs to get some castles at some point. And they're down, but they have trade, so it's not like they're going to be lacking for gold. And they will be through, and they will have a lot of skirmishers for dealing with the cav archers. But finally, Target, as the Burgundians, he has cavaliers. He doesn't need imp for an Imperial Age unit. He can just make cavaliers now and contribute to the fight. We'll have fortified wall on the way for El Matador. That ram will soak up some heavy cav archer fire. We might need to delete the lumber camp and that wall to get an engagement with the cavaliers. We don't have that production value. I was only given $2,000 for the admin cost, so I don't have vodka observing. Maybe in the future though for the next version. And thank you, Lizaria, for the follow. And the Cavaliers, is that enough Cavaliers? The Cav Archers are behind them on the hill, and they do have the hill bonus for the fight. And they're about to break through, maybe. That's a lot of pikemen, though. No Garland Wars on the pikes, however. Cavalier numbers will go down. There are still some rams to absorb arrows from the Cav Archers. Isn't gold just stronger than trade? I think so, yes. Although Burgundians vineyards too, so Target eventually will have extra gold. And this choke point being held, the Cavaliers pushing the winged hussars, at least holding until the camels can get there. Some arbalests still added in from the Aztecs. Pikemen will be a bit better against the camels, but the forest is pushed through, the breach is there. On the other side, everything completely is cleaned, just outposts left for Anatov. A great William Wallace campaign if they want to knock those down. This is not walled. There are still holes in the wall. I don't know if they would ever raid through there, but that is still open. And meanwhile, at the front, they are pushing in. They have pushed through the hill, the one-tile gap on the hill. What wonderful pathing we have through this forest gap. And thank you, Hakimir, for the sub. I wonder what Matador's KD is. Is the pulse trample damage in? Yes, it is. It is in. Lechitic Legacy is in. The trample damage will be great for this fight. They're still trying to... Oh, the cannon shot on the... Oh, they didn't... I thought that was going for the pikeman. I did not have the perspective there. 2D graphics. Now he's starting to get cannons. The cannons here are going to be great on these clumped up units. Let's just see if a cannon shot can hit. We'll look for HP bars. One good attack round. And, oh, I didn't hit anything. Oh, okay, hit a few arbs. I mean, the perspective with this hill here is throwing me off. I realize that's it. It's the hill. Okay, at some point, Target, you gotta delete that lumber camp and let your army through. We have a big traffic jam on top of the hill. We now have a huge score difference, though, and I think Nocturna B has managed to hold on and take the hill now. Small red raid on the left. Very small. And Imperial Age for Target. We got crop rotation now for Anatov. He has not had crop rotation as the Poles for a long time. And that is horrible for his food eco. Right now the Aztecs do not have a unit that can match the power of the Turk-heavy Cav Archers, and neither do the Poles. And if Burgundians can just get Paladins with all the gold they have, they will completely run through this. Yeah, the Turk CA is amazing. I still think I might prefer the Magyar for the extra attack and the extra range. You have a bit more room to micro them and keep them alive, but the staying power of the Turks with their hit points is amazing. And there are the GGs. Not even going to let Target get to Imp, but Nocturna B does it. How long was that game? 1 hour, 8 minutes, and that was absolutely wild. I think it lasted so long, we might have even Twitch started playing pre-roll ads. And how did it last so long? Because of the KD from El Matador. 983 kills, and a total of only 223 to 182. So he himself had 1,000 kills. The other team had 400. Those Cav Archers stayed alive. What the heck is that KD? What the heck is that KD? Anatov, that pole eco. Yeah, he's going to have the best eco as the poles even without crop rotation. Pole farms. Amazing. Well, credits to Bazzi for designing that map. I was worried maybe it would just be a snowball if one team wins the middle too easily, but that was amazing. Every reverse sweep begins with a single whatever this was. So let me update the scoreboard here. And it's 2-1. And they won Jungle Rumble, winning with Turks and Burgundians against Aztecs and Poles. And a top played that was amazing. All right, so like I've been doing on Twitch, I'm just gonna play an ad break between the games. So we don't have ads during the games. If you're on YouTube, you don't get ads. So thanks everyone for watching. And let me check the YouTube chat. I need to read 2 chats. And hello, Jake in YouTube. How's it going on the other side of the curtain? How you doing, Jake? It's going pretty well over here. And all right, nice. We have, what is this? Almost 400 on Twitch and 50 on YouTube. I never stream on YouTube, so I have no idea what numbers to expect there. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoy there. I'm hopefully by tomorrow, gonna get my GPU installed and we'll have some 4K streams on YouTube. A bit of testing I'll need to do, but we will live test tomorrow, I guess. I'm sure there are lots of tools to do it. I just have not had time to set that up. And again, thank you everyone for subbing on Twitch. Appreciate the subs. If we do hit that 300 subs for Partner Plus, I will increase the prize pool. So I appreciate all of the support. Really like the first Cartographers, so you're very excited for this event. I am too. Oh, thank you for being in the chat, Gannicus. Ooh, I'm exhausted after that game. Let me drink some water. I need to stay hydrated. Very increased for this. I need to figure out how to export games like from a YouTube stream as a YouTube video, because I think I'll make maybe that game itself a video. And I will have a higher quality uploaded to YouTube, so I want to do that from YouTube. I could always record locally, but I don't think I have the file size for that to record. Like, this stream is already 2.5 hours in, and we've only done 3 games. If we have lots of games in a day, we might have potentially like 8+ hour streams. I can't record all of that. Maybe I'll just need to buy a larger SSD. Yeah, I do stream in higher res on YouTube, Lunar. So I prefer to edit on you. I know I can duplicate the video and then edit out a specific part of the video, but that takes a long time. Ooh, so let's see if they have a lobby up for the next game. I don't see a lobby yet. Is that because they're in the game already? T90's going to queue now. Watch the game and he's queuing. Okay, I don't see them. Oh, they're already in. They're already in on Outcrop. Yeah, so fast. I didn't even leave the previous game. Hold on, I need to leave the game, then join to spectate. All right. Players need less of a break than I do from casting. Outcrop. You said hi to an ad. Hello, Marintho. Well, if you like clown maps, then you might want to go back and rewatch the previous game if you didn't see it. That was an amazing game. And okay, we're loading in. And here we are. This could be an end to Hera's. That's the thing. Will it be Doubt and Hera winning? Will they be going down? I don't know if raising the prize money enough makes it S tier, but I do appreciate all the support. We did have another donation of $125 overnight, so that is wonderful. I'd love to get this up to $20,000. I still have some work to do with overlays, donation goals and whatnot, but I hope to get them done throughout the week. On Jungle Rumble, yes, Jungle Rumble. Will it blend? Oh, yeah, you making a reference to Dave's Blender jokes and the free blenders. You believe in the power of Jotun. So, Outcrop. This is one of the open maps. This was originally one of Trozini's maps, but last time we did Cartographers, Viper had the idea that we line the TCs up, and I rather like the idea for the 2v2 because it kind of creates a pocket flank situation. You can play just normal Archer Scout, but I've also seen some like fast castle Malay elephant pushes or Kuman booms or crazier strats. So a bit of a different opportunity, I think. Maybe you could even see something like Goth's Burmese with a forever rush into a Rambai. So double scouts forward for Target and El Matador. And then we'll try to pick off a villager there. Running, we'll have one vill down. The score has been reset. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I might just make my own overlay and put it up here. Oh, and the seed reset too, the seed 14. And just cover this part of capture age in OBS so I don't need to worry about adjusting all the capture age stats. And that way I adjust the score once and it adjusts in-game and out-game on my browser and I don't have to think about doing two overlays. They try to put stuff like cell phones and blenders. That sounds like a bad idea. Don't try it at home. 3v3 with only unorthodox starting positions. Oh, look at all the sheep. Bunch of sheep or pigs being collected there from running. You know, now that I'm thinking about this, when I've seen Outcrop recently in 1v1s, there were cows on the outside, right? This map has pigs. I guess I based it off of an older version of Outcrop, and there's a bunch of pigs out there. Well, I guess the map's larger, there's more of them, so maybe it bounces out. And thank you, Butters Live. And hello, Chifo. I don't speak Spanish, but welcome to the chat. I can read the messages in German. One day I'm gonna have to do some German casting. Arabia players ban arena, then play like this. Lots of walls from running. Well, running is an arena player. You can't call running an Arabia player. He's definitely an arena clown. Yeah, bitte. I need to like practice though. I'll stream in German someday. Someday. So stable going up for Anatov. Maybe whichever NOC team makes it to gold, I can cast their next round in German. I figure the first set of the tournament I at least need to do in English so it's accessible to everyone. So scouts being pumped out from that stable from Anatov. Saying hello and cheers for your football team. Oh, okay. So scout being poked a bit there. So it looks like it is just going to be standard scouts there from the pocket. But what is running going to do from the flank? He's Britons. He's up kind of late. With all those sheep, too. So why do you pick Britons for this map? Because of the sheep bonus. And also just to use it as an archer save on the flank. On the other side, double ranges from El Matador, who is up faster. So Ethiopians Magars against Britons Khmer. Very standard scout-archer combinations. Cute walls. No Saracens to punch through the walls. So double ranges now from running. And as the Britons, he can afford to be up a bit later, because he will then, of course, get the faster production on the ranges and make up for the lack of numbers. Where are the sheep? No sheep under the TCs remaining over here, so they have not done as good of a job of picking up the pigs so far as Anatov and Running have done. I mean, it is Anatov and Running's home map. Teutonic Tuesdays? Ooh, that would be a good one. Teutonic Tuesday. That's a great name. Teutonic Tuesday. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Niaz rooting for Nock. Oh, Niaz, do you play AoE 3? I'm just realizing that's a 3 in your name. You're not? Okay. There are just 2 other Niaz AoEs before you. You probably get asked that all the time. Tower forcing the archers away. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, like Deutsche Dienstag, but Teutonic Tuesday is an amazing name. Just hear the Twitch account, all right. So some more walls going up for Anatov. Gonna use a straggler as part of his wall. Ooh, now that is dangerous. That is dangerous. Poaching. Don't be poaching future Niaz numbers. You know when the community chart will be up. Butters, the community signups are still open until this Friday. So that will be up over the weekend. That'll be Arbase's weekend project. And that'll start next week. Team Niaz, all the Niaz on one team. Niaz has to play on multiple computers and tab back and forth. So signups are still open. Brackets won't be up until signups close. And because the Silver League, we're going to have a play-in round also for the Silver League. And the teams that lose that have the option of playing in a community league. So we're not going to have all of the Kami Leagues started until that's finished. Because we need to distribute those teams. So that, and also with Age of Queens, we're having a community league for them. We have, I think, 6 teams so far and a couple more, so we might have an AOQ league all set up properly as well. Well, we will have one. And depending on if we get more signups, we might have 2. So Archer's going to break through that palisade. Archer's still dancing on both sides. Oop. A bit of a... Oh, I need to remember to go to normal speed. Archer is almost through. Anatov counterattacking. Ooh, there was a bit of a counterattack. But the walls are up in time. Not going to be like that first game where the scouts got through the walls and hoovered around. This time the walls are there properly. Although target does need to keep reacting. Has to be careful. Anatov has split his scouts into groups of 2. Going to try to going to be attempting to hit multiple wall segments. Force target to repair in multiple locations. Wall behind. Try to get a hole. And thank you, oh, how do I say this? Gratis Ninjaku for the follow. Oh, I saw a ninja in there, and I was like, I can almost pronounce this. But, Matador and Target, they're breaking through. They're forcing some stone walls and a tower up from Running. Now, this map, have to be careful of the outsides, because that's where all the gold and the stone is. A few more pigs being collected from Target. And you only have 2 tiles of gold, or 2 groups of 2 gold on the inside. So that's a total of 8 gold tiles. And once those run out, you have to go to the outside. Hello, Fairy. You think the Nock players will win? Well, joke's on them. All of a sudden, Akril will come and Nock C will win. Top is up, Running isn't far. Yep. Yeah, now running will soon be running out of gold. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, actually he's completely out, because one of his golds is forward. And, well, I guess it was a forward gold for both players, but Running walled so early that he walled behind the gold. El Matador did maybe a better job of getting the houses and the ranges in front of the gold to keep himself safe. So both players, Anatov and Running, both are up, relying on their walls to defend. But these are just palisade walls. They're just palisades. Archer's about to break through. No horse collar for target. Just adding that in now. Although, to be fair, I guess you have a lot of cheap food if you can delay that. So more scouts. Definitely more scouts for target. But more archers for Running. And this is tricky because can they actually get a good surround and take the fight? The scouts are breaking apart from the archers. Some scouts turning around. Castle Age is in. Anatov is going to be doing his upgrades. And Noc A about to take an army advantage. In numbers, that's a lot of archers still from Running, and they just... Noc B just can't find a way to take this fight. Both of them clicking up now. And these archers now are going to have to be on the run, take the hill, and try to hold the hill. Yeah, target as the pocket at least isn't the target this game. Could this be a great map for Persians? They already used Persians on the hybrid map on Golden Lakes. And I think you're going to see Persians used more for hybrid maps like you usually do. Could they be okay on this map? I guess so. They don't really strike... I mean, really good eco for if you play them as the Scout Civ. Don't really strike me as a particular... as like having a particular special bonus on this map, like they do on hybrid maps, other than just being a solid overall Civ. So, Light Cav and Scout still going to fight. And not the worst fight for Nocturna B. They at least took a couple of Light Cav down. We'll get the Scouts away. But huge military lead now for Nocturna A. Nocturna B, though, slight Vil lead. No one adding in extra TCs yet. No one moving to the outside yet. What is that? That's going to be a university. All right, university for Running. Oh, and what did I say about Malay elephants on this map? We're now going to have Khmer elephants. Oh, let's go. Let's go. It's in some ways, the map is so narrow that the mobility isn't as important because... it's such a risk to move outside. Now it's an elephant push. Anatov going for the elephants. You're referring to a douche on this map? Oh, you think? I mean, maybe. I don't know in the team game how effective the douche is. I think you probably want to do that more on a nomad map, but yeah, I guess so. Okay, elephants. Now the question is, are elephants good or bad? If they're good, they win the game. If they're bad, they lose. My guess is going to be good for this map. And they can pressure the ranges. They can pressure the ranges, and it's going to be difficult ever for Matti to get the numbers back up to the point where he can fight this. Remember, Ethiopians fire faster, but Britons have extra range, and they train faster. So in a straight-up fight with no micro, the Ethiopians win, but Britons may be able to out-micro a bit. And we see the crossbow numbers just dwindling as they can't take out the elephants fast enough. Anatov will burst through the ranges, and... The elephants are doing it. More ranges in the back. Target trying to get knights out. Can he get the knight numbers? This is where he would need to engage on the crossbows. Britain and Ellie push. Yes. Any FE stuff? I don't even know what you mean by FE. That is legit the type of question you ask in this chat, though. So the elephant push coming in. The elephant push coming in will be hitting the Vils, and the GG will be called. Nocturna A is knocking on the door to the Gold League. And that... what the heck was this set? We saw elephants, we saw Jungle Rumble, we saw Four Seasons. Target attempted a tower rush, a creative strat for Four Seasons I hadn't seen before. Didn't work out for him. But Nocturna A will do it, and they will move on to the Gold League. Nocturna B, they're not done though. They have at least one more set to play. They will move to the Silver League, where they will get a first round bye. The second round, and GG's, get the GG's in the chat. Anatov, did he sell his stone? Let's check. Target sold wood. No, Anatov did not sell his stone. He has 200 stone left. That jungle... now I need to figure out how to export the Jungle Rumble to a standalone YouTube video. Make a highlight of it. All right, so Nocturna A will win. GG. And for a first set, that was one amazing set. So Britons and Khmer elephants win over Ethiopians and Magyars on that map. Let me just look around, see where I'm getting tagged. Oh, that's Baron going live. And GG's. Let me just also look at the YouTube chat. YouTube. Hello, everyone there. Hello, Lucas. Oh, you're typing hello on YouTube too. And Fiona Lillis, hello on YouTube. So this was great. How's the stream going? I mentioned you before, but the new TTF racing. Oh, I will definitely enjoy trying that out, Kermith. Yes, just let me know when it's out. All right, so thank you all for watching. I think there are based correctly. There's no more sets today, right? I got some work I need to do tonight to prepare for the sets tomorrow. But a good 3 hour streams today, I think, is really nice. I think Mem's casting that too. Wonderful. Hera's playing the AI. Nocturna. I'd rate Nocturna, but I think they're just they're probably going to end too. Unless they were scheduled in the last 30 minutes, then no. All right. So thank you, BlackRock JL, for the follow. Thank you, I Love Plants, for the follow. And again, everyone following on Twitch, we have a 15,000 follower goal where I'm going to add an extra 5K to the prize pool. And a, a 300 sub goal for the Partner Plus. If we hit the Partner Plus goal, I'm going to add another 1,000 to the prize pool. So thank you, K Jordy, for the follow. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to end the stream on YouTube. So if you're watching there, let me know how it was. Again, I'm going to try to get a 4K quality on YouTube soon. And say goodbye to YouTube.